just to get to location, because it was so remote.
So we had to then set off making plans for a rather bus, train, or if possible, if all worst comes to the worst, a trek to the actual location itself.
The next problem arose, the fact of getting back, after the show, because the next train wasn't until sort of 5, 6 in the morning, and I had work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
From 1 o'clock, the journey back may have been an even worse one. We'd have had to actually set off from the location at 1 a.m. My friend in work in the end saw how much we actually wanted to go to the programme, so in the end he generously gave us a lift.
We got in the car. It was running a bit late though, so we needed to get some petrol. So again, that was the first problem. It was chock-a-block, the traffic, and we got to like 2 petrol stations and they were absolutely jam-packed, and we was waiting for ages, just to get some petrol to get there.
There was never a doubt in our minds that we would make it no matter what it took to get there.
We got near to the location and we were still lost. We got sort of to the nearby town. We thought, we can't find it, and then all of a sudden, there it was, and it hits in the face, and it's just like, thank God we're there. So we got to the location and it was just absolutely fantastic. The building itself was amazing. The
show lived up to every expectation myself and my girlfriend Amy had.
Yeah, it was definitely really nice, the fact that, me and my partner, we both got tickets, we're both, big fans of Most Haunted, and the fact that it was both, it was both of our first lives to go to, it was just absolutely fantastic to share it together.
The next live we go to hopefully will be a shorter journey. If it's anything like the last one, we wouldn't mind doing the same journey over and over again. Even if I can't get the lift this time, we'll still be willing to do everything to get to the live. However, obviously we hope it's a lot more closer to home this time.
So here we are, Adam and Amy, and I think our very first Most Haunted Live fans got lost story, and here they are, Adam and Amy. So you didn't have sat-nav, all a bit of a problem, wasn't it?
It was a very much problem, yeah. It was terrible to get to, but it was in the middle of nowhere, really.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, Amy, I got lost the night before the live, because I went down to have a look around and I couldn't find it either, so it was quite difficult to get to, wasn't it?
It really was, yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of fields in the area.
Yeah, just a bit. So how big a fan are you?
Oh, we're just absolutely massive. We watch it all the time, watch repeats, just over and over again. Just absolutely love it.
And your cat's name?
Mr. Miyagi.
Right. That's an unusual name.
Yeah, it's a bit of play on words from Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid. And, he's a cat,
yeah, very good. Yeah, right, okay. Does Mr. Miyagi watch the show?
He's quite a fan, but he likes sleeping as well, so he kind of balances them out.
Now, this show is, I think it's very much an unexpected show. You don't know what's going to happen each night. Is that what you like about it, or what else do you like?
Yeah, it's just the fact that, you don't know what's going to happen, and especially because it's live as well, anything could happen. It's just the basic expectations of it. And it's just...
And Adam, are you someone who believes in the paranormal, believes in ghosts, or have you just got into it because you watched the show?
I have since I was a very small boy. I've got plenty of books on the subject. I'm an open-minded skeptic, but I'm still waiting for my first ghost experience, unfortunately, but I'm sure it'll come very soon.
Right. What about you, Amy?
Yeah, I mean, I've had one sort of very small experience.
What happened?
I was in my bedroom getting ready to go to sleep, and it was absolutely quiet. And then I sort of heard someone whisper. It was like a loud whisper. It was either my name or saying like "help me." And since then, that was it. I mean, I was a fan beforehand, but that just got me, really sort of a drive to find out what's going on.
Right. Well, you're here tonight, and you found the way, mate.
Yeah. Train from a house to here is basically one train ride. Very, very easy this time.
Well, the Most Haunted Live fans who got lost are here. Give it up for Adam and Amy. So there we are, another Most Haunted Live film report on the show tomorrow night. Now, we thought we'd let you look behind the scenes, but with style tonight, because Carl Beattie has been out with a crew to film what happens when this show is being put together. Have a look.
Well, as you can see, we are actually outside St George's Hall, this fantastic buildings, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of the workings of Most Haunted Live. Come with me. There are a certain set of people that you rarely see. They're behind the scenes, but they make this show work. Without them, this show wouldn't work at all. And they're highly professional, and I'm being really serious with you because they work so long. They work right into the night, they work right into the early hours of the morning. They're the editors They're kind of a strange bunch. A lot of them are nocturnal, almost nocturnal, because they just beaver around and they're so intelligent. This is the entry. Now I know they're going to be. Let's go to the green room. This is Yvette Fielding. TV's Yvette Fielding.
Hello, 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 hello.
And my wife. And this is Kath Howe. Kath Howe. Not Kathu, Kath Howe.
Thank you very much. Bye, see you back.
Oh, come on, it's just an eyebrow. It's just an eyebrow. Oh, come on, it's just an eyebrow. He's got two. Hey, let's have a chair race.
No.
Let's have a chair race.
So he's got longer legs than me, then I should get a head stand. To the fireplace. Relax. Is that
Well, we're actually just outside the main studio where we're waiting to go on. Basically, we've just come down from the green room. It's now 5:29. But now, at the back of the studio, at the back of the audience, Paul is now giving a recap.
About minute 20.
On what's happened. We've gone into a VT, so we're just about ready to go on. And this is the bit you get really nervous about because this is where you have to face everyone. There's no hiding now. This is it for the next 3 hours.
Will you welcome, please, Yvette Fielding, Kieran O'Keefe and Carl Beattie?
What happened next? You'll find out later in the hour when Carol does another report for us, so keep watching for that. Now, it's time to welcome from our location tonight, our parapsychologist and scientific expert and sceptic, of course. Yes, it's Dr. Kieran O'Keefe.
Good evening, Julian.
Kieran, good evening. Now, last night we were chatting on stage. Now you're in a great location. I'm sure you've really got sort of in touch with it. How are you feeling about it?
I'm very excited about tonight. There's a couple of experiments that are very different from last night, but equally interesting, and also there's one of them that's incredibly scary, even for me.
Right, that should be interesting. Now, before we talk more about tonight and experiments, let's talk about last night. And you took, I was looking at it earlier, a fascinating picture, which we're just going to bring up now, Kieran. Take us through what we're looking at, when it was taken, and what you think it means.
OK, we were in the Oak Room where we did the telephone experiment, and at one point you hear me say to Stuart Harrison and Kath, I say, Stuart Harrison, Kath, sit down. You two over there, Matt and the other guy, sit down. Billy, sit down. The only people standing are David and myself. I then took a photo of the glass that was covering the books, and what you see is the photo. So remember, when I took this photo, it was only David and myself standing, and it looks as though there are other figures there.
Yes, I mean at least two other figures I can see.
At least two other figures. And the interesting thing about it is the reason that I told everybody to sit down and got very commanding was because I was sweeping around the room with the thermal imager. And when I hit that stack of books where they're glass front and you're getting the reflection, I saw a lot of people. And it seemed like there were too many people standing there. Looked around and thought, well, there can't be that many people. I've got to get people to sit down so I can try and control it a bit more. And that's the image that you get.
Now, you always try and find a scientific reason for these kind of things. Have you tried to think through what this might mean?
Well, one thing that I was thinking about was, is it down to reflection? Because there were other glass fronts in that particular room, and even though it's David and myself, could there be reflections, multiple reflections, like one or two, but also, you know, another reflection from one of us? The difficulty is that, of course, with David, he has a pack. He has his sound pack with him, so you could distinguish his reflection from mine. The other thing is, showing it to other people, you look at a couple of the figures, and one of them does look like Stuart Harrison. One of them is quite a smallish figure who does look like Kath. So another possible explanation is I'm not perfect, that I made a genuine mistake and I took, you know, the photograph at the wrong